For our first game on the slate today, we will have the Philadelphia 76ers against the Orlando Magic. Al Horford is listed as day to day. Philly is on a 2-game win streak and Orlando dropped its last game. Philly is on a back-to-back and played a very tough game yesterday against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Philly is definitely the better team, but coming off a back-to-back is the hardest thing to do in the NBA. Orlando wants to slow it down, so that may work in Philly's favor, but the Magic are a very physical team. Very, very physical basketball team. So I see them edging out Philly in this one, 114 to 112. This game is a very, very evenly matched game, especially, the way that Orlando likes to play and the way that Philly likes to play. Al Horford shouldn't really make a difference if he plays or he doesn't play. He's still going to have Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and everybody out there. So, should be a very good game, but that back-to-back scares me all the time with teams in the NBA. Nobody wants to play on the back end of that back-to-back, and it really kills and hinders teams. So, I'm really looking for Orlando to take advantage of that tonight. Orlando's been a very good team up and down this year, but when they play well, they play well. So I expect them to play well against a team that's going to be pretty fatigued going in. For our next game on the slate, we will have the Memphis Grizzlies against the Charlotte Hornets. Grayson Allen is out for the Grizzlies, and Batum will be out for the Hornets. The Hornets have dropped 3 straight, and the Grizz are coming off of a win in their last contest. Memphis is the more up-tempo team. While Charlotte can play up-tempo, they play at a slower pace than the Grizz do. They both struggle defensively, so this will be a game of who outguns the other. It won't come down to stops. I expect Charlotte to win this game 113 to 102. Now, this is a game where, two teams, Charlotte can play that up-tempo style. And they're coming off a couple of promising games. So we'll see exactly how it goes. Once again, with Grizzlies, you can't really gauge what's going to happen. They have a rookie point guard. Sometimes that guy's going to come out and play like a rookie, and other times he's not going to play like a rookie, and he's going to play stellar. And when the games he's stellar, they win. So this is one of those games where I'm just looking for Charlotte to come out, and it's just going to take advantage of that rookie point guard out there. 113 to 102, Charlotte. For the next game of the night, we're going to have the Washington Wizards against the Boston Celtics. Gordon Hayward, of course, is out. Washington has lost its last 2, where Boston is on a complete roll and is the hottest team in the NBA right now, winning 8 straight games after dropping its first game. This has easy win written all over it for the Celtics. Washington gives up too many damn points. They give up a ton, and they don't rebound well at all. The Celtics are the team that no one really saw doing this right now, but they all knew the potential was there for them to do something great this year. Kemba is a perfect fit for everything that the Celtics want to do, and all the other stars are shining right now for them. So this is going to be an easy win for Boston, 118 to 100. There's really no real There's no real analysis to this game. Boston's on a roll. They're killing everybody. Washington is terrible. And the only way I see Washington winning this game is if Boston just truly does not come to play. And I don't see that happening. Kemba Walker is on a mission. He's finally on a great team, and he's playing great. And his teammates are playing great. So he's relishing in this moment right now. It's taken him so many years to get to a point where he's playing on a team of this magnitude. So I don't see them even letting Washington get close to doing anything against them tonight. And it should be an easy win, 118 to 100, Boston blowout. For one of the best games of the night, the Los Angeles Clippers will be taking on the Houston Rockets in Houston. PG-13, who was thought to be back by now, is out, and Shamet is day-to-day, so he may play, may not play. Nene and Eric Gordon are out for Houston. The Clips are on a 2-game streak, and Houston has won its last 4. Houston scores a ton of points, a ton of points, but it also gives up a ton of points. Most D'Antoni teams do, so this is something that you can expect with them. The Clippers will either stifle them with defense or get flooded. The numbers say Houston will edge out the Clips 115-108. This is going to be a great game. Two contrasting styles. One team that plays defense, one team that doesn't care if you run down the court by yourself and just get a layup. So we're going to see exactly what goes on in this one. Eric Gordon out may hurt Houston a little bit, but I think that Russ and James Harden are going to come to play tonight. They're going to come to play against Kawhi and the boys, and they're going to really get it in. Look at your boy averaging 22, 9, and basically 7.5 right now, shooting almost 50% from the field. That's great numbers for Russ, and I can't wait to see what happens in this one because your boy Kawhi Leonard has a lot to prove out there in this game. And I just don't think that, being away from the Staples Center right now, being in Houston is going to give them the advantage. And I just see it going real bad for them tonight. And Houston going to come out with the win, 115-108. That's what the numbers say. Always listen to the numbers. For the next game on the slate, we have the San Antonio Spurs against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jeff Teague, Napier, and Jordan Bell are all out for Minnesota. The Spurs are on a 2-game losing streak, and the T-Wolves are coming off a win. Both teams have been very mediocre this year. This one is pretty evenly matched, aside from the fact that the T-Wolves get a lot of points off turnovers. That's just their bread and butter this year. They turn the ball over a lot. On the other team, the opposing team definitely does not handle pressure well. They have some ball hawks on that team, as you well know. Other than that, both teams are equally placed in the middle of the pack. Minnesota's going to win this game, though, 110-102. It's just the way that the numbers went and the way that the numbers crumbled. And we're looking at a team in San Antonio that's very mediocre, but we're also looking at a team in Minnesota that's very mediocre. They both average the same amount of points per game they're getting, and they're giving up about the same amount of points per game. So that right there screams mediocrity to me on both sides. It's just, it's tossed up in this game, but I just believe that Minnesota, being the home team, is going to take this game. And Karl Anthony Towns versus LaMarcus Aldridge should be a good matchup. But I think the other players for Minnesota is going to step up and give them that little edge over them at home. Usually the bench players play better at home. Minnesota's been so up and down, though, it's hard to even pick them, but the numbers, that's what it says. For the next game of the night, we have the beat-up Golden State Warriors going against the mighty Lakers. The laundry list of names is out for Golden State, so I'm not even going to go through that. They have dropped 4 in a row and look terrible as can be expected with all the injuries. There has been speculation of a D'Angelo Russell trade looming over to Miami as well in recent days, not weeks. The Lakers are coming off a win and will be playing a back-to-back. If there is a silver lining in all of this for Golden State, it is that fact. The Lakers are pretty much on autopilot right now. I expect them to rely on their defense on the second day of a back-to-back. Being at home should help, and the Lake Show should win this easy, 112-99. I don't even think that Golden State is going to score 100 points. The numbers just are not in their favor at all. D'Angelo Russell is their only threat on offense right now. He's even been struggling the last couple of games as far as how he started the season. It's just really bad right now. Nobody's going to be playing for the Golden State Warriors. It just looks horrible. So, there's nothing more to say in this one, man. The mighty Lakers, we're going to win this game, and we're going to take this one easily. 112-99. They're not even scoring 100. For the last game on the slate tonight, we're going to have the Toronto Raptors going against the Portland Trail Blazers. Kyle Lowry and Serge Ibaka are both out for the Raps, while Pau Gasol and Zach Collins are out for Portland. They are both coming off losses in their last contest. The Blazers are playing the second of a back-to-back, so this can be beneficial for the Raptors. Portland is pretty mediocre this season. Nothing special about them at all this season, aside from the fact that Dame had a 60-point game, which they also lost. I expect having a back-to-back will prove too much for them, and they should lose the game to the Raps tonight, 120-109. Now, Portland is one of those tricky teams where they got 2 stars and they just aren't playing well. They're just not winning games. I mean, your boy Lillard been going off, and McCullough still hasn't really started up yet this season, but Lillard is doing what Lillard does, and they're still not winning games at a high clip. So the Raptors have really been playing well, better than anybody thought they would play with the loss of Kawhi Leonard, and I see that continuing, especially since these guys, it's just hard to win in Portland, but they're just not playing well, and normally it's very, very hard to win in Portland, but it just hasn't been this year. So I just see the Raps winning this 120-109, plus the numbers say so. So we're just gonna have to go with what we're seeing from the analytics, and pray for Portland. Pray that they get a win, because they just too good of a team to be struggling like this. Right now, we're in the 80 percentile right now in terms of what we're doing with the prediction so far with these analytics. I'm pretty sure that it won't stay that high, but that's crazy if it does. I just really crunched the heck out of these numbers to try to bring you guys the best possible outcomes to what's going to happen before it actually happens. That's why I call it Sid's Crystal Ball, because, I'm really just trying to predict the future here. And we've been doing really, really well. So today should be no exception. I think that we have at least a good chance at all 7. There's going to be a few road bumps in a few road bumps that there could be, like that Orlando Philly game could be a road bump. That San Antonio Minnesota game, you gotta watch that, because Minnesota is so up and down. Don't sleep on the Houston Clippers game. That's gonna be another one that's tough to rock with. But everything else should look pretty standard. Now, that Laker game does scare me a little bit, because Golden State normally does play well against the Los Angeles Lakers, but I just see the Lakers having way too much for them. So we'll get a chance to see what happens in the tonight's games, and I can't wait to go through them and see how we do, see how this all pans out. And definitely God bless to everybody. And if you're new to the channel, make sure that you drop a like on this video and subscribe. I'm trying to really put this to a situation where people really start to watch this and people start to get in tune with what I'm doing here, and I think they'll really, really enjoy it, because this is something that's different. People aren't doing this right now. I don't see anybody that's doing this, and you putting your neck out there when you predicting scores and predicting games, and people can give you a lot of heat, but right now we doing about 75-80% wins right now, so we'll see what goes on. Appreciate you guys, man. God bless you guys.